Hey, it's Naseem. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you how I transformed my body in 6 months, the things that I did differently, and how I've been able to maintain my current physique. If you are new to my channel, I am a mom to a 2-year-old little boy. I am 2 years postpartum, and I have been documenting my weight loss and fitness journey a whole bunch here on my channel. I also film a lot of mom content and also beauty content as well. So if you're into those things, feel free to like this video, subscribe, join the family. And without further ado, let's get right into today's video. So the first thing that I want to talk about is my pregnancy. And we'll take you back to 2 years ago when I got pregnant. Prior to pregnancy, I was extremely active. I was running a bunch. I was doing 10K races, weightlifting. I didn't have the best relationship with food, but I think generally speaking, I was eating fairly healthy. And I loved it. I loved being active. I loved being outdoors. I loved going on hikes and bike rides with my husband. And as soon as I got pregnant, it was a complete shock to my body, experiencing a lot of the first trimester nausea. And then I had early labor contractions. So I had to be put on bed rest at 32 weeks. That's when my contractions started. And I had to be put on medication, and it was a whole thing. And so I wasn't as active during my pregnancy as I was pre-pregnancy. So it was an overall just complete shift in how I moved my body. And as active, yes, I was going on walks almost every single day, but I was not lifting weights and I wasn't training as intensely as I was pre-pregnancy. So I put on quite a bit. I put on about 50 pounds during my pregnancy, and I got up to, when I gave birth, I think I was 160 pounds. As soon as I got the green light to work out after pregnancy, I think it was around like the 6 or 7 week mark, that's when I really honed in on getting more activity, getting back into exercise. I was doing a lot of home workouts. I started counting my calories loosely, but I didn't really start tracking my calories until after I was done with breastfeeding. And so I stopped breastfeeding at around the 6-month mark. And then I started really tracking. I was able to lose about 40 pounds during that first kind of 1 year postpartum mark. Really wanted to drop like the last 10 to 15 pounds. And that's when I took on intermittent fasting. So I started intermittent fasting right after my son turned a year old. And I did that pretty consistently for probably 3 or 4 months, where I would eat within like a certain window, like a time period, where I was fasting for about 18 hours. And then I would eat for 6 hours. That worked really well for me at that time. And pretty much I was just skipping breakfast. I mean, that's like the easiest way to look at it, was I was skipping breakfast. I was sipping on black coffee, eating within a 6-hour window. So then fast forward to when we moved out of state. We moved from California. We are currently in Utah, so we moved houses. It was, I think, just a combination of different things that put a lot of stress on my body, where I was doing the intermittent fasting, we were moving, I'm taking care of a toddler on top of working or trying to work part-time. And I think it just took a toll on my health. And I started feeling some symptoms of fatigue, lack of motivation, low energy, not really being able to lose any more weight. I still had a lot of stubborn belly fat. I talked about this a lot on my channel, where I was just dealing with a lot of health issues. And so I went in to get some labs done, get my hormones checked, because I knew something wasn't right with my body at this time. And that's when I figured out that my testosterone was extremely low. I really wanted to take matters into my own hands. I wasn't ready to do any sort of medications or testosterone therapy or hormone therapy, especially because it's really not recommended when you are trying to grow your family to do those sorts of things. So I wanted to do things as naturally as possible. That's when I hired a nutritionist. I wanted to do things the holistic route, the natural route. I knew that there were other solutions out there for me in order to help me not only achieve my physique goals, but also to help me with my energy levels. From day one of when I hired my coach, that's when everything changed for me. Not only did she help me transform my body with losing extra pounds, losing extra inches, getting stronger in the gym, but just transformed my relationship with food, transformed my mindset around my body and around my entire life. So it's been like a huge transformation, a major game changer within my health and fitness journey. And I want to get into the nitty gritty from not only like a nutrition and a training standpoint of how I was able to transform my body, but also from like a mindset perspective. When I hired my nutritionist, this was in November of 2024. So not too long ago, we're talking about 4 or 5 months ago. I came to her telling her that I did want to lose body fat. I wanted to build muscle. I wanted to change my body composition. I was stuck. I was feeling very fatigued, very low energy, low motivation. I wasn't able to lose those last 5 to 10 pounds. It was just like everything that I tried, every single diet that I tried. I was doing the intermittent fasting. I was eating 1,000 calories, starving myself, and nothing was working. She had me track my food. I was tracking everything religiously into my Fitness Pal. I would highly urge you to start tracking your food if you aren't already, tracking how much you're eating of everything, how much you're drinking, and using a food scale. I swear by a food scale because you are able to weigh and measure everything that you are consuming down to the gram, down to the milliliter, down to the ounces. It is very precise. I ended up purchasing the premium version of my Fitness Pal. You get a lot more customization, flexibility with it, and so you can also like add in your recipes in there as well. I started tracking for about 2 weeks. I wanted to up my calories because I was consuming so little. I was consuming probably, I don't even remember at the time, but I think my ratios were also really off. I think I was eating too low in protein and also too high in fat. And I think that we wanted to really kind of increase my calories just to get like my energy levels back up, get my motivation back up. It was really all about like just reassessing my biofeedback and just making sure that I'm sleeping and everything was on point before we manipulated my calories any further. It was really important for us to up my protein. Protein was like the emphasis, it still is to this day, of being able to eat optimally for my training sessions and also just to fuel my body, feeling more satiated, feeling more full, energized throughout the day. So we upped my protein, we upped my carbs, we kind of lowered my fat a little bit. So we did a little bit of manipulation, upping my calories from there. And we did that for about 6 weeks. We stayed in maintenance and I was eating roughly anywhere, I want to say between like 1,700 to 1,800 calories. I was eating about 135 grams of protein. So quite high. Like I mentioned, I'm 5 feet tall. So I was feeling good. Like I was really feeling energized. My biofeedback was good. I was sleeping really well. At the time I was around 123.4 pounds. So it was pretty constant, staying stable out at that 123 mark. But I was training pretty heavily, pretty hard, going with intensity in the gym, training 4 days a week and doing like, I think maybe 1 or 2 cardio sessions, walking every single day, hitting that 10,000 steps a day. And within that like short 6 to 7 week time frame, eating at maintenance, even though my weight stayed the same, I saw some noticeable changes in my waist, in my legs. You could tell that I had dropped a couple inches and I was feeling overall just really good. This is where I want to talk about mindset, because when I came to her, I was talking extremely negatively about myself. I was critiquing my body. I was just in a very kind of destructive mental state where everything about my body I was picking apart. I would look in the mirror and I would say something negative about my body, and I wanted to reprogram my mind because I was going after my dream body. I really wanted to change my physique. I wanted to look different, and I knew that I could get there, but if my mindset wasn't in the right, space, if I wasn't telling myself positive things, if I wasn't acting like I was already there, then how am I going to achieve my dream physique? And even my coach was telling me, like, stop talking so negatively about yourself. You are seeing progress, you are seeing changes, I'm seeing it, and you should be proud of yourself. And that's when I took up meditation. I started meditating every single morning. I would go on walks at 6 in the morning with my dogs, and I would throw my headphones on and I would listen to a positive affirmations, like little video. It was like maybe 7 to 10 minutes long, and I would listen to this every single morning. It was a non-negotiable for me. I think it was in 2025, like I wrote down that I wanted one of my intentions to be listening to a positive affirmations video like every single morning, and that completely changed my mindset. It reprogrammed my mind, it reprogrammed my thoughts. I started like telling myself that I have my dream body, I have my dream physique, I am building muscle, I am changing my body every single day, I am seeing the results every single day. Like, these are the things that I was telling myself to completely transform my mind around my relationship with my body, around food, around exercise. And it's so funny to me because these are the same types of things that I was doing in my business, but I never applied it to my health and fitness journey. I even remember telling my coach, because we would do these bi-weekly check-ins, and she was just amazed like how much I had changed with the words that I was saying. She was like, can you tell me like what's going on? You're so positive. And I'm like, this is the playlist that I'm listening to. And I sent it to her. I just absolutely love my daily affirmations. I think it's a game changer, especially if you're looking to some sort of a transformation that you're seeking, or if you're trying to manifest something in your life. Highly recommend starting up affirmations. Also, just getting into the habit of being super consistent with logging my food, tracking my food, measuring everything, using the food scale, being consistent with my workouts. Like, I felt super, super ready to enter into my cut, which is the calorie deficit that I just most recently entered and I finished. It was a 9-week cut, and that's where we dropped my calories down. We did like a 500 calorie deficit. I was still prioritizing protein. Granted, my carbs and fats were lower. My calories overall were a lot lower, but that's where I really saw true definition. I saw my waist come down. I dropped a couple pounds. I'm now down to, I'm averaging anywhere between 119 to 120 pounds. I think I'm down like a total of 9 inches overall, which is wild. I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would be here today. I see a lot more definition in my arms. I see my biceps are popping. I see more definition in my glutes, in my hamstrings. My waist is more snatched. I've got more of like that hourglass figure, and I'm overall feeling amazing. I am a lot more confident in my body. My clothes are fitting looser. More importantly, I am building muscle. Some of the things that I did also work on were my relationship with food. I've always kind of struggled with just trying every single fad diet out there, thinking that those were the solutions. I've tried Atkins diet, the South Beach diet. I did the whole intermittent fasting thing. I've eliminated different food groups. I was vegan for a little while. And now that I have found macro counting, it has been a true lifesaver for me. I'm not only able to enjoy all food groups, but I'm also able to enjoy meals out. I have more freedom and flexibility with the foods that I'm eating. Like I said, I am able to eat pretty much every single thing that I enjoy eating. And I don't feel that constant like yo-yo dieting need. I don't have to yo-yo diet or restrict calories. Like, I just feel like I have a lot more food freedom. And granted, because I'm building muscle, more muscle equals more food freedom. It's just like a win-win situation. I know that like tracking food, using like a MyFitnessPal or like a Lose It, I know that's not necessarily meant for everyone, and you may want to stick to just intuitively eating. But because for me and my goals and making sure that I am eating enough protein to fuel my training sessions, it's really important for me to track my protein and knowing like how much of each macronutrient that I'm consuming. So it may not be something that I might do for the rest of my life, but for me and right now, like I am enjoying tracking my macros through MyFitnessPal. My training sessions are pretty much the same as what they were in maintenance. I'm currently doing a 4-day training split where I target my upper body and lower body. So I do 2 upper body sessions a week and 2 lower body sessions, followed by 1 cardio session. Like it's about probably anywhere between 30 to 40 minutes of low intensity, like steady state cardio. And I try and aim for 10 to 12,000 steps a day. That is my current training split. I get a lot of questions about like, how do I do all of this with a toddler? Let's get into nutrition first, because I feel like nutrition is so important. I bulk prep a lot of my meals. So I bulk prep my proteins and my veggies and carbs on a Sunday. So I have everything pretty much done, ready for the week by Sunday afternoon. And honestly, it probably takes me anywhere between 1.5 hours to 2 hours to do all my prep. And that way I know exactly what I'm going to be eating for the week. I don't have to cook really a lot during the week. That has saved me so much time, so much energy. We no longer really eat out very much. If we eat out, it's maybe once or twice a month, if that. I personally love eating and cooking my meals at home. I can control the fat content. I can control the ingredients that are going into my meals. I feel healthier. So we're saving a lot of money. The prep on a Sunday is just, it's so nice because I can just like pre-log my food into MyFitnessPal. I know exactly what I'm eating throughout the week and I don't have to think about it. I don't have to second guess myself. I don't feel the cravings or urges to snack on other things in the house. It's like, I know what I'm eating, I'm hitting my targets, and I can be consistent every single week. So that has helped me tremendously as far as my training goes. I think about my training sessions like I would a meeting. So I kind of block off that hour first thing in the morning like I would any other meeting, like you would any other work meeting, and you have blocked that time off so that you can commit to working out and to training. That's how I do it. I like to work out first thing in the morning because my son is sleeping. That's the time that I have. That's like the only time really that I have in order to focus on me. He doesn't wake up till about 7:15, 7:30. So I give myself an hour before he wakes up to go to the gym, get my training in, or work out in our basement gym. That's kind of like a non-negotiable for me. I treat it like I would any other thing that's on my calendar. Like I am committed to this, I'm sticking with this. I know that this time frame works for me and I'm gonna be consistent with this time slot. So find a time that works for you and with your schedule, obviously. If you think that you can't do first thing in the morning, but you can do during lunchtime when your baby is sleeping, then choose lunchtime. And if that is something that works for you over the long run, definitely stick with it. But you have to find something that you think that you're going to be consistent with, because this is a lifestyle. This is not a diet. That's the other thing that I want to emphasize, is that I no longer look at this like this is a diet. Like this is now my lifestyle. I enjoy the foods that I'm eating. I am enjoying going to the gym. I enjoy my meals. Like, you have to make it enjoyable, otherwise you're not going to stick with it. Hopefully this was somewhat motivational, helpful, inspiring. Let me know down in the comments what else you would like to see me film next. I'll definitely be filming more health and fitness content on this channel, so you will definitely see more of me working out, what I eat in a day, a lot of good stuff. So thanks so much, guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.